How are you doing? Saturday evening, Saturday night. I'm in Ghana, and the time here is 10 minutes to 8 p.m. And I'm still trying to get over a cold, and so my nose is quite stuffy. I haven't left my house. Don't do it. I haven't left my house in like a week, really. I haven't been able to go anywhere. So it means I've been spending try to do giveaway. I don't do giveaway. I do the Vicky Remote Prize. If you haven't heard about it, go to VickyRemote.com, or you can Google the Vicky Remote Prize. Anyways, so now, since I've been sick, it means say I don't get beaucoup time on me and for day online for watch all them beaucoup live video them from TikTok, from Facebook, where don't they reach na social media. No tea, no shade. There's like there's a lot that's been going on in the digital space, social media space in Sierra Leone, which is where I'm from. And so because I sick Adena Os, I don't watch beaucoup video them which it's like video upon video, live versus live, one attack, response, after response, counter attack. And it's all so interesting. One of the one that we watched yesterday, we actually inspired this reflection. Now, one video where Shady Baby, who's an artist, post, and it's like a 15-minute video where he's just saying that, like, you know, there's a lot of negativity on social media, and like people don't really check themselves, and you know, why aren't Sierra Leoneans using social media in a more positive way? Why is it that like people come online and there's all this negativity on the social media feed? So I watched it and I just smiled. I think it's great, like, that someone is questioning this and people are talking about this. So I am probably one of the first people in Sierra Leone to really become like known online, like on social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever, you know. And so I don't stay around on digital for a really long time. Long before most of the people that were very active on social media now in salon. And recently, Olu, go take your bath. Shut the door. Now recently they begin to really come online. Like recently in the last 5 years. Now them really begin come online for begin use social media. And one thing I go tell Una and I for say, I don't see all kind thing people that, you know, I don't see the entire like usage change and evolve and really experience, you know, the how thing them in there where people are not being boku online and how they don't move. So one thing I go say is that as for Sierra Leoneans, them, if you dey wonder wetin make so much negativity dey online and social media, the answer very simple is that most people in their real life are very negative. You no go expect person for be a different human being because e dey online. You know, filter and dey boku for let you make fine na social media. Like you can put filter for change the way you look. You can put filter for change your voice. You can put filter per your video. You can put transition like for change the appearance of how you look on social media quite easy. But the thing where you not go able change on social media, now you character. If offline, where people are not there online, where not there on social media, people then character not good. When they count online, then character still not get for good. All social media has done is it don't increase access for let people there with all kind character able show them character on the internet. So what you they see now experience the mommy calls, the personal attacks, the I don't sleep with this person, you don't sleep with this person, the like everything you're seeing now, the oh na me and this person mean they will not there again, all of that. Now because now so people then character turn, back in the day, go take your bath. Okay. Back in the day you go 1-2 minutes talk about a salon all the time. Say, no, shut the door. This boy. 1-2 minutes talk na salon all the time be young. Now this question of like good home training, like would I get home training? And you can see it. You can see most people then just not raise them for let them behave in a certain way. And where don't get that another keep company, yes. Where you not come on a good home, where you not get training. If you don't get training in real life, you don't go get training online. It's not possible. It just is not possible. If you dey course mommy course in real life, you get for course mommy course on social media. If you get bad at in real life, you get for get bad at online. If you're not negative person in real life, you get for negative on the internet. We cannot expect people to be different than who they are just because this is social media. It is social, meaning it is very human. It is very, very human. You cannot have these like expectations say person go behave different. Like how? How is possible? How is possible? If I blunt cost mommy cause you guys, from where they online. So how much they don't cost me mama on Facebook. They don't cost me mama. They don't call me rare girl. They don't tell me say I don't sleep with this person. They don't tell me say minister they don't sleep with me. Politician they don't sleep with me. Person say me pikin and eskoroma born and for. They don't tell me say me degree na and eskoroma buy me degree. They don't tell me say I sleep with Anes. They don't tell me say me na rare girl. I don't sleep with all man at APC. I don't sleep with all man at SLPP. They don't cost me mama. Even recently somebody say I get one boyfriend when I'm a get man at betong. The amount of costs wey dem don cost me na this social media. The amount of time wey dem don cost me. People then can wake no more na morning. Like, hey God. Then can wake no more na morning. They write me name. Because the more blast for me. Sometimes when I go see her, sometimes when I not go see her. I see all of it. All kind thing. I go holiday, I post picture and say I dey with man in a hotel. Like I did this, and say that man they fund this. Like every single thing where I don't do, people then get team for talk. Seriously. If I not been get home training, we would have locked. Facebook would have been locked. We would have locked this shit up. Because I would have been right up here. Like, una no sabi that side of me. Y'all don't know, okay? Y'all don't even know. You don't want to meet her. Because I have good home training. You don't know that side of me. Intentionally. Because that's not how I was raised. Is that a part of my character? Absolutely, bitch. What? Okay, but I have home training. So even though I get a ratchet side of me because na Prince George's County, Maryland, I grow up, we able course back, I don't, because that's not who I am. That's not how my parents raised me. And even if that's what I am, as an adult who's grown up, I have learned that if you pay attention to every single thing that people say and react to every single thing that people say, then them people they own you. Them people they control the narrative but you. Them people then like you they become puppets to them, because anytime we then say something, you they respond. So like you're really it's like reactionary. You're very, very reactionary. And so if you the answer, to all thing where people then they talk about you will cost. There is a price to pay for being a public person. The minute you decide that you are going to have a digital career, whether it's about microblogging or a TV host or entertainer, the minute you decide, say, you're going to have a public life and you're going to participate in the public, you get for also know, say, it comes at a cost. You're an easy target for everything. So if you don't get that kind of like understanding, then like, yeah, you go cost boku. You go cost boku. The other Tiwaki always says that, like, I know my class, I'm a kind of class of person. I belong to a certain class. And so when I see certain other people behaving a certain way who are not my class, I don't even worry about it because they're not my peers. They're not my class. We don't belong in the same group. No matter what's happening, if we actually meet in the streets, we would never be in the same circle. We would not sit at the same tables. We would not go to the same spaces because we're not of the same class. So Alec and Coste, I'm just like, the masses are sharing. The masses are discussing. Not to the social media they make una learn how for course. That's not true. You already been the course. You the course now you real life. Now that make you the course online, not to social media. Not to social media. The only thing that social media does that real life doesn't do is that when you start behaving any kind of way online, especially if it's cursing and palaver, it will get you views. It will get you attention. So a lot of people misinterpret that attention because the way social media works is like it rewards certain kind of behavior, right? So if you not possibly post online, if I begin post bikini picture today, and that bikini picture they get 5,000 likes, if me not posting way like live for this like social media validation, now bikini picture normal I go post because the last time I post them, I've been getting most like. If I come online at cost posting, 100,000 people watch me video, I say, oh okay, people don't like what they cost. So I come back next time at the course. At the land say for course. Now they get people their attention. So they begin course boku. If you're not posting, so now that's the happy in boku now we community. Like most of the people are where they online in the way they at this point really now their livelihood for they online. It's their livelihood. For them, they're on Facebook. Now it connected to their livelihood. So for them, and then get for do them, then get for course, then get for stay relevant. Because if they're not stay relevant, and the only way we then sabi for stay relevant, now for course, because they don't get substance. They don't get substance. Now for course, for talk about in their way very like nasty and rude, kongosa gossip, who's sleeping with you. You know, like this gossip, like juice, where they say gist, like let us gist. It doesn't matter how toxic it is. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. Then all they think say, oh, certain people, they're entitled to privacy. Maybe this is not my business. Or like, then just, this is now their livelihood, right? So then get for be negative and then get for be toxic. But the thing is, when you live that way, and then you have to engage with other toxic people there online, they always get for the bika and fets, like when they see online. Always get for bika and fets, because the toxic, this one toxic, then they toxic, all man, and they meet jam road, because then they take as competition. Because let's say somebody else is trending online, if I give opinion on that person, they while they trend, myself they begin trend. If somebody posts something where they trend, I give feedback, myself go live, I talk about that person, they criticize them, myself they trend. And so what you have going on right now in Sierra Leone is, to trend and to be relevant, people have to stay attacking each other, even thing that we're not concerned them, and get for talk about and get for put them mouth spanner, because that is the only way they're going to stay relevant. We not get beaucoup creative people that actually online. Now the unfortunate thing. Other country, you see so many different types of creators online. The one the way they do skits, then they do entertainment skits, makeup artists them, and people the way they do fashion, like tutorials, hair tutorials, all kind tutorials them. Other people that when are content creators then at other places there, they create valuable content where people then they use for learn for do something. We not getting kind content creators in a salon. We did like level 1 pan content creation, and the level 1 at content creation na the gist, the congosa, the violence, you know. Nine they propagate, but I think you go take a look for say this is social media generation 1.0 for salon, and maybe in the next 3 to 5 years we'll move on to generation 2.0 and 3.0, and a new generation of like real content creators will emerge, because this violence thing they are so it not really, it get limits where it go in terms of value, you understand? Like after a while it's like, okay, after a while, you don't talk all the Congosa talk. You don't talk all the Uda they sleep with Uda talk. You don't cost this pussy. You don't cost that day. I mean, you see it all. And then what? Then you become a laughing stock, right? I mean, we see it. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. You've seen it in so many different variations. I've been online a really long time. I've been on Facebook a really long time. I've built so many different things online, and I can tell you that, like, if people come online and they celebrate you for toxicity, they're just doing it. Like, they don't really like you. Behind your back, they just say negative things. I keep always, if when I know waiting people and they call me or text me or wait and see me for tell me about what are they online waiting and think about her, they have nothing positive to say. But these same people then go watch on a video online and go kiki with you online, but behind your back they're really saying like you ain't shit. So social media in Sierra Leone is not going to get better or change, because this is who people are, you know. Them people, they are so way they online, then they get spawned, then they show themselves, of course, they can only be toxic because that's who they are. But also the platform, they reward negativity. The platform, they reward negativity. So really the people then are a reflection of the general community. If Sierra Leoneans the way they on Facebook not being toxic, they're not gonna like toxicity, they're not gonna like violence. Now because they like violence makes say the content creators in our Facebook, now violence some more than they share. So before you go even begin criticize them, Who's watching these videos? Who's streaming these videos? Who's making the comments on the pages? Who's engaging? Now, una back to engage. Where we share Tinder with positive news. Where I can share links from sweetsalon.com, but waiting they go on with Sierra Leoneans them in the diaspora and at home. And all can trend. Like how the live video that when they cost mommy cost can trend. Una not can share. Una not can like. But where Joel go live, but he ain't X. It trend. I saw it. Where Julie Tombo calls Hawa, it trend. I saw it. Where Hawa respond, it trend. I saw it. As long as the negativity, una make it trend because now that's una interested in. Y'all are like, and then the latest one I was seeing, Julie Tombo saying, you know, to Sierra Leonean self. Baby girl said she's not even Sierra Leonean. She doesn't even speak Creole. She done told y'all. I was like, okay. So I see it all. I saw King Tommy paying rants we been go on for course. That mommy, then that mommy self respond. They were on it for weeks. And then I saw King Tommy again. They talk about one other woman. Back and forth in the woman. I saw it all. I see it all, you guys. I see it all. Okay. I watch it all. I know they watch it and they live because let nobody not say then catch me. They watch their live. No. But after then you don't go live because I'm in the media. I want to know what people are talking about, what's important to them, what's trending. You know, I monitor. It's called social listening. I don't Congosa. I collect data. I do research. It's called social listening, where you're just watching and seeing what people are posting about, what people are talking about, like what's the conversation. I always, for Sierra Leone, pay attention to what's important to people because it's my job to know. But yeah, one thing I've realized is you guys like the negative stuff. You love the negative stuff. You love it. If posting the cost posting in mama, then you get it one day way. They not they post any content, so then just they for share other posting in violence, any negativity, any toxicity, and so and on and on and on. So that's what it's called. It's called social listening. You guys, digital is my job. Like, you know, I'm not here. This is where I work. I work online. I'm the director of digital media at my company. It's a marketing and communications company. I have to see what's going on with the people. I have to collect data. I have to research. I get for language in the trending language or expression where people then they use, you know, where then do the Musa Tumbo challenge with the NEF. Like I get for see all this I get for collect the data. How else am I gonna like help my clients develop their campaigns? I learn a lot from you guys based on how which one they post. I have to see it. Even if I don't like the content, I still have to like be aware of it and listen and pay attention. It's my job, you guys. You don't get to where I am by not knowing what's going on. I need to know what's going on. I don't talk about it. I won't share it, but I will collect the data to say, okay, so this is what's happening right now. One thing I know for a fact is that what's not happening on social media is people are not busy but waiting really they go on at the country. Very few of you post about social conditions in your community. Very few of you are posting stuff about quality of life. Very few of you are talking about the lack of water in our communities. Very few of you are talking about the appalling healthcare in our communities. Very few are talking about the, human rights abuses. Very few of you are talking about the lack of jobs and lack of economic opportunities. Very few of you are talking about the fact that cost of living keeps increasing and your wages are not increasing. Una no they complain, una no they grumble at all. Una no they bissing about that. But are they Ghana? Which are they see online? What they see in Ghana? A lot of it is about what's going on in the country. A lot of it. Where they read the national budget. The day we Ghana play World Cup last week. Now the same day they read the 2023 budget. I didn't even watch the budget on TV, but on social media, like I see all the comments and people. Then it was trending. Where we on Minister of Finance they do budgets, una not be seen. Una not they read. Una not they watch. Una just not be seen. This Tiggy Danke wants to come on the video. Tiggy Danke, what you trying to say, girl? I hope you got. You know, una they complain, but wait till they go on our social media. The biggest people afraid forget Benghazi. Hi, Tiggy Danke. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Your volume low. I know they hear you fine.
You there? I'm okay now.
I still can't hear you.
I don't know. I think it's the earphone that I'm using. It's just kind of acting up.
Are you using like earphone or you're on speaker?
I was having on earphones, but I took it up, so I don't know if that's.
Yeah, I can barely hear you. Maybe to put me on
All right, give me
speakerphone.
a second. Let me just try it again because I don't know what's going on.
I mean, don't forget, say Facebook, they allow people then for like joint
Oh,
conversation.
really?
Yeah, cause it don't say even like in the live, I don't can see people then they request. I don't forget say that can happen. But go ahead, what did you want to
That's
say?
so. I kind of don't follow you a lot on social media, right? Because me now one person like I just need to join everybody in life on Facebook, but I kind of follow up with a lot of stuff where to go on. I find out say like we come to this together and I do all come out and but like I feel like if I say then they always kind of go off track, like they not really talking about what they're supposed to talk about. They just talking about drama and stuff that is really, really not important for everybody. So anytime you log on Facebook, you know, it's just people fighting. Like that's all they do is just fight.
Yeah.
Instead of talk about something that, it's kind of affecting us. Like it's sad. Every day it's just sad and sad and sad. For you to just open up your social media, just see people fighting instead of they fighting about like what's really going on. Like people are suffering in that country. You know what I'm talking about? Like people in the really, really suffer. Cost of living to go up every damn day. Like I feel like not anything they don't need for to talk about, but now people don't talk about that.
Yeah, no, or even if people aren't talking about like cost of living or things being hard or people suffering, they could also be talking about, oh, this person is doing something really
Right,
great. They could
right,
also be
right,
using, you know what I mean? It could also be like you're talking about positive
right,
things that are
right,
happening. That's also a good
right. But
thing. But
yes,
you know, people wake up
right,
every
right,
day, and it's just like the same kind of content, and the audience is there and willing, and they love it. It's like they love it so much. But then at the same time, it's like then they wonder a way to make all this negativity. Like you're feeding it. It's like not like fire, right? Wait, fire. If you put more wood, you blow. The fire they catch. If you reduce the wood, the fire they go down. So if the negativity is a lot, if the violence online, because it is violence, it's so interesting because people in BG use they can make these jokes and can say violence, 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 but it actually is because violence online is a real thing. You know what I mean? Like violence isn't just physical violence. All of this like fighting online is also violence and real violence. Like the amount of violence on our platforms is a lot. Oh no, it's okay, sweetie. The sound wasn't even that great. But like no, it's there's a lot of violence. We really love violence. But then also, you know, if we go back and we really think about Udana this generation where they online right now in a salon, we did talk about millennials, the children of the war, and the Gen Z, the younger ones, the way they like that 18 to 30 them, if like, is it 16 to like 27 or 28? Now then they're online. And let me just be honest, like this we own generation, Boku people they not grow up with mommy and daddy na us. Boku people they not grow up in a community outside they men them well, they get values, they get respect, they understand the difference between the private and the public. They really just not get good values. So the expect for can't expect people then for be like people of integrity and good behavior and character just because they're impossible because that's not how they were raised. It's not who they are. Those aren't their values. Me, if I see person they cost me online, if not posse way asabi personally, like for me na paddy or something, I will reach out to them privately and I will say something like, I just want to make say I don't see what you write, I don't see what you post. I'm very disappointed, but you have a right to say whatever you want and you have a right to do whatever you want. If not possible and not sabi, I just say make mental note, say this person don't cost me. It don't, but I don't get the energy or the time for respond to anybody. I let kuna cost me say tomorrow. He always say not to on me, you they can't trend. I always say not to on me, not to you're not gonna trend on me. You're not gonna use my name to like, gain importance because violence against Vicky, blah, blah. I'm not interested in that. So if you want to take shots at me every day, go ahead. You want to curse me, go ahead. People that can send me, hey, this person they talk about you, or I didn't at this WhatsApp group and they talk about you, or this person say this. And I'm just like, oh, not so? Okay, no problem. And then I go about my business. But I guess to summarize, it's that if you're tuning in for violence and toxicity on people's social media pages, that's what you're going to keep getting. If you're supporting these kinds of behaviors, some of the stuff the stuff that King Tummy, I used to think King Tummy was funny. But then when I saw the stuff he posted about like the way he talks about women, it really pulled me at like I was just like I wish he hadn't said that stuff. Say the other people that we didn't talk, they not talk bad, but you're just like it made it less funny to me because I'm like, yeah, now I have to stop following this person because for my values, they kind of there. So I not go follow posse where they talk, they kind of there. So there are people who I like as people, but I not like their online personality them. So I know they follow them online because I don't want to see the toxicity. Because again, like me, I'm very cautious of what they consume on the internet. Because if also you consume negativity and toxicity, it affects your mental well-being. And me no one for let people the way I not even sabi can begin to get impact or influence on me well-being. You know what I mean? Like, no. Um, you have to know, like I don't know, we all get we bottom line, or we all get forget we personal gauge them. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, I totally agree. Yes, the core of the generations that's online, the young one there, very, very rotten. Very, very rotten. I totally agree. Like we not get really we not sabi how for be decent. That decency, no. What's known as fet in palava. Fet in palava. Fet in palava. From we leaders themselves. Let me not even take up back from like our leadership, the people in government, where does have kinkai online, social violence. Or when they can talk to we publicly, like then they give we. So it's like, oh man, the the lack of self-respect, the lack of respect for the community, the lack of respect for women, the lack of respect for men, the lack of respect for each other is just constant. Somebody know they give anybody the benefit of the doubt. Somebody know they left and give anybody. It's like we see this one checked and they did chaira. It's like the chair and the chaira. Like everybody's chairing, and like it's always about how can I chair more than the last person, like chair extreme chairness. Um, and so, like, yeah, it's unfortunate. Thank you, Byla. I'm in recovery. I was sick. I was sick, and so sick. Nobody even like came to visit me. But yeah, thank you. Now I'm feeling much, much better. So yeah, I just wanted to say that like you can't expect people you can't expect people to behave better online than they are in real person. It's just not possible. Social media is not going to change anybody and make them a better person. You cannot have that expectation. It's unreal. Oh, morals not there. Morals not there. Because big one not there, small one not there. We are all equal. And I make I can say, then nobody not call me auntie now this Facebook. I don't want nobody to call me auntie because I know that they don't really respect me. And I don't come online for respect. Personally, I'm not looking for anybody to be chairness and sharing. I don't come here for respect. So I don't have that expectation. So I don't let anybody call me auntie because one minute they're like, oh, now this person Vicky inspire me. Now Vicky this, oh Auntie Vicky this, blah 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 blah. If not so far over there, 2 weeks later, they're blasting for you. So I can say like nobody not call me auntie because I know say the time where you get for cost me not if far. So let we keep let's keep it 100, okay? We're all equal and that's the bottom line. But if you want to see less toxicity, you front camera is a I don't even know. That's not true. I think your camera is blurred preso infa. What kind of madness is that? Anyways, that's all I was thinking about. Just that like at the end of the day, um, it's going to continue to be negative. This is like I said, this is social media version 1.0. So we get for wait for like the social media users version 2.0 and 3.0 for let we get to the point where you get real content creators that way really they do cool stuff. Right now we're still just on gossip and gossip, right? Now that's normal and violence. But I feel like in another couple of years, in the 3-4 years, you'll have a new generation of content creators, hopefully makeup artists, stylists, like fashion stylists, fashion creatives, just like we've seen in other places, right? People who have some kind of expertise, team, creative, then they record and put her online so then we can learn from them. Because right now, the one that way they're online, they not get no expertise. They not get no skill at all. And that's what we're getting, unfortunately. Anyways, thank you for tuning in. It is now 8:30. Also, there would be less violence if people just drink more water. You see where this bottle big? Every time, who are they gossiping about? I mean, I've been the source of gossip. I will tell you. People try to spill the tea on me all the time, okay? But most of it is just like personal attack. Wait till I can see Boku of like people that we've been date paddy at one point, um, they're friends, and then they stop being friends. And so now, after they stop being friends, then get for attack. Or possibly reach out to somebody for say, okay, they cut case between two people there. Then after a while, they get for turn on the other person. We saw what happened with China Nikki, people that made collect money for them. Like there's all there's all this thing of like all my one for making self like cut case person like or for can't give people that oh I don't hear this thing but then people there so I can't tell you now or somebody send Congo sa talk to person then the person now we get the platform say oh he don't get gist it can't share and people don't really like think about the consequences of these actions because yeah most people already online not so like me not so like me where you go talk they're not even born beginner skill person people are already online most of them not so like me where you go say oh Vicky oh we don't hear this gist for Vicky they did blah, 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 blah. No answer I like when I talk about me say Sumaga I don't get for answer why because I don't owe anyone an explanation about anything but most other people as you mentioned and so they get for respond then get for respond. I mean, it's crazy. All of these people are unemployed. These are all unemployed people who are trying to use digital. They're the first generation of people who are getting online and they're trying to make something out of it. And they don't yet to get they're struggling to make something out of it. And the only thing we're available right now, because they're not very creative, is to like be slander and gossip and slander and gossip. But how much money you go make pandas? Like yeah, somebody pay you with 1 million for Canada you live or 2 million or 3 million. How much is that money? There are so many things that we could be doing online, but you can't because this generation 1.0 they don't have skills. Not talking about and go talk. Um, and it's relatively very easy to build a platform and to get an audience if you're talking about gossip and just attacking people and promoting online violence online. It's very easy to get a following. Any of una, if una wait tomorrow una post something but me, you go see people then comment. Or if you post something but any Caldinero, you post something but LA, you post something but First Lady, you post something but anybody with public. Anything where you talk, post this, you must get attention. It's just how it works. And people know that that's how it works. And so that's why they try to exploit it. And then in hopes that after you don't get audience now, then company then go can sign agreements with you. But I'm a sober company then really one for oh Nimata. Nimata, I have to say this to you because you seem like it's of concern to you. So I'm a grown ass woman, Nimata. When my son becomes 50, he's sure enough ain't coming to me to ask me no questions about what my grown ass been doing with my body. So I don't worry about that. Maybe your child and you are equals, and maybe you give your child the right to come and question what you do with yourself in your life. But no, me and my child do not have that kind of relationship, and we will never have that kind of relationship. Just like I don't question what my parents do because I mean people there, not to me business, not to me business. Okay. And if you're worried about my nudity, it really means you're jealous. What it really is like my nipples, which are very thick, I have very thick nipples, and they're always kind of alert because they're sensitive. They're always going to be that way. I didn't make these nipples. These nipples were made by God, molded by our Holy Father. and put on me. It is my responsibility to share these nipples with the world. When you see my nipples all perky after having breastfed my son for 2.5 years, almost 2.5 years, what you should say is, those are some resilient fucking nipples. How does bitch get these nipples to be so fucking perky after 2 years of breastfeeding? Which is what the World Health Organization recommends for healthy toddler and brain function in newborns. These nipples, after having breastfed my son for 2 years, they still continue to bring unending sexual pleasure to men across the world. I deserve a motherfucking trophy. So when you see my nipples, put some motherfucking respect on that. That's what I have to say to you, Nimata. And any other part of my body that you see, put some respect. This is the work of God. Damn it. You know, you guys know that I have a cold. I really... Excuse me while I... Thank you. No, so what I was saying is that there is so much negativity online because that is what people choose to promote and propagate. If we were all just a lot more thoughtful about the kind of content we put out there, it wouldn't be there. So yes, I truly do believe that in another 3 to 5 years, content creators will emerge, and I'm looking forward to that. And I hope also I can influence that in a positive way. One of the things I'm doing in Sierra Leone is building a digital media lab in my office. And what we will do there is we will teach people digital literacy and digital skills so that, you know, for people who right now don't necessarily they might have the skill, but they don't know how to digitize their skills. So maybe you might be a makeup artist, but you don't know how to do a makeup tutorial. You might be somebody who's a really good chef and you make really good food, but you don't know how to, create cooking tutorials. Maybe you're struggling with what kind of equipment. You know, those are the kinds of things I really want to help to shape and drive in Sierra Leone. So I hope that it's gonna take a while. Like then this we depend do within that team within this smooth. Within this smooth. There's like a smoothing within the smooth palm building or us. We depend on the then after we depend also is the fence. But eventually, I really want to be like a catalyst to support that in Sierra Leone, like real content creation. And I think say once we start to get a couple of them one and they we really get certain skill within the share, that it will then catch on. Because you know, say Salon Bokutina copy. There was a time when I was the only blogger that anybody from Sierra Leone knew, right? And then I started training people how to blog. And since I did that, it's been like now that make all this they happen on Facebook. All this is my fault. I said I was going to teach people how to blog. All this is my fault. I feel responsible. I did it. But I'm still happy that in a way, even though people may not be doing the kind content way so great, I'm still glad people and they online. You know what I mean? I'm still glad that people are still using digital however they want. to put themselves online, because now there you get for stats force. You know, you have to walk before you can crawl. You got to walk before you can fly. You know, so this is at the beginning. Um, me not they criticize anything anybody want to do online. If you want to come online and show your nipples, feel free. As long as you're not causing harm to anybody, you know. Um, can you add writing? Maybe, I don't know. You know, I can't do everything. But like, you know, it's fine. Like I said, we're still in the beginning of like the digital era in Sierra Leone. Most people now get basic digital literacy skills. Most people are not sabi send email. Most people are not sabi use Google. Most people are not sabi search online. Most people are not sabi like upload video. Most people are not sabi use Google Docs. But not the beginning. You understand what I mean? At the beginning. So it's definitely going to get better. So now for beer with this like teething parts where we do side people that not particularly know yeah, exactly. So you teach people what you know how to fish and then how then choose for go for who's kind of fish and choose for fishing is up to them, right? Wait, who else was trying to come on this live? Um, anyway, so thank you guys for listening. I don't have anything to promote. Oh, the Vicky Remote Prize, please. Not the only thing I do me get for promote. So 2 weeks ago, I launched the Vicky Remote Prize for journalism and content creators in Sierra Leone. And if you go to my website, vickyremo.com, you will see the Vicky Remote Prize. And it's something that gives money to it's something that gives money to journalists and to content creators. And it also comes with like 6 months of mentorship from myself and some other Sierra Leone media practitioners. Again, the goal there is to try to positively impact the digital media and journalism landscape in Sierra Leone. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys for keeping company with me. I shall say Olugodon Was by now, so I can go. You know, Friday night and Saturday night is movie night in my house. We have a projector, and so you know, we go find some kind of cartoon or some kind of funny movie. Because it's almost Christmas, Olu's gonna probably want to watch Home Alone. He wants every December he wants to watch Home Alone. 2 3 10 we can watch Home Alone. I can gain so, but what do you do? It's motherhood, you know. Anyways, thank you for watching, guys. Have a good weekend. Oh yeah, it's only open to people who live in Sierra Leone because we really, you know, we want to support people locally because that's where you don't have a lot of. Thank you, Mimi. I'm not 100%. My nose is still quite stuffed, but I think I'm getting better. Definitely getting better. I'm like not 30% left for that. Go back to like 100% myself. So yeah. Anyways, thank you for hanging out with me. Um, let's keep the peace online, okay? And if you can't keep the peace online, just no mix me there. Just no mix me. Do what you gotta do. Leave me out of it, okay?